public holiday right now. In Brunei Darussalam, Malaysia and Indonesia, you have the long holiday. So how do you, oh, quite tired from Philippines, Miss Jennifer, right? Okay, from Malaysia. Oh, you look so happy, Alicia. Ajahn Priyanut, give us a big heart. Anyone else want to share with me how do you feel today? And may I see the participants that how many of you are coming? Okay, because of we are in the long holidays of the Brunei Darussalam, Malaysia and Indonesia, so we may not have like many participants from those countries today. But however, the sister school also sent the representative to join us for this session, and thank you very much. We have like participants from the SJKC Chung Hawa Tempaluli here. Miss Foreign also joined us today. Yang Thai Thamlong, Pato Border Police School also joined us. And also from Cambodia, Mr. Dai Chan Min. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And from Malaysia, also joining us. Thank you so much. From the Philippines. Okay, thank you, ka. All right, ka. So let me start the session today. Next slide, please. Next slide. And to keep you reminding again that we will use chat box a lot for communication. So during the presentation of the speaker, if you have any issues you want to clarify with the speaker, you can type in the chat box anytime. You don't need to wait for me to say that, okay, now open the floor for the Q&A. So anytime when you feel like you want to get clarification, you can type straight away in the chat box. Okay, everyone. And next slide. Okay, now we are in the session number 5. All right. So for this session, integration of SEP for the school meal improvement. And we also have another 2 sessions to go. And for your information, there is a possibility that we may need to postpone session on Friday, because this is a very important session. And we would like to invite the ministry coordinator, model school and sister school to join in the session number 7. So please stay tuned with my update announcement, which I will inform you. I think that by today, if we want to postpone the session on 27th of March to be in April. Okay, so I will type the detail in the chat box. Okay, for the next part, for the today's session, so we will have the presentation on the integration of sufficiency economy philosophy or SEP for school meal improvement by Dr. Priyanut Damapiya, who is the senior advisor of the NIDA, and she now is the senior SEP governing board chairperson. And after the presentation of Dr. Priyanut, we will open the floor for Q&A. And then will be the sharing of the best practice by the Ban Pang Mahan School, which is located in Chiang Rai, Thailand. And today we are very pleased that we have Mr. Angkhan Yulu, Education Supervisor of the Chiang Rai Primary Education Service Area 3, to give the presentation. And unfortunately, Mr. Danai Mani, Director of Ban Pang Mahan School, he has a technical problem of the Wi-Fi. So the school director already sent us the video clip so that we can show and present the video clip of the school after Mr. Angkhan presentation. And then we end the session by the training feedback form. And next slide. Right, okay. Now, may I invite everyone to join me the photo session. Okay, so please open your camera for the photo session. And give a big smile again. Alright, everyone, we will take the photo for one shot. And I would like to ask for the freestyle photo. Anything you want to do? Alright. Okay, I give the mini hearts on my count. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Right. Oh, some still like open the camera. Okay, again, please keep smiling. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. And sir, from the person who is driving, please take care yourself. I saw you like driving at the moment. All right, without further ado, I would like to invite everyone to show your mobile phone. We will have a warm-up question. One question. Okay, and our team also send you short link in the chat box. If you are not able to use the scan the mobile phone, you can click in the chat box. All right, okay, scan the QR code for the warm-up activity. And the question is, in your opinion, what is SEP about? Please give us 1 or 2 words. What is SEP about? All right, I want to see that who will drop the first word first. Prudence and moderation. Well, that's great. Sustainability. What else? Sustainability again. Health. What else that come to your mind? We like to see that. What is your opinion about SEP? Now we have 3 from 15 response. Anyone else? Or you can type in the chat box if you are not convenient to use your mobile phone to scan the QR code. Anything else come into your mind? Sufficiency, economy, philosophy. Have you ever heard this word before? Anything else? Balance, stability. That's great. Thank you so much. Anything else that can come to your mind? Sustainability seems like many agree on the sustainability. Way of thinking. Anything else? Again, sustainability. All right, 7 already. I want to hear some more. Anyone else can, what else you think about it? Awareness. That's great. School policy. Wow, that's interesting. Well, that's good. All right, I think that we have some understanding about what is the sufficiency economy philosophy already. So without further ado, may I invite, it's keep coming. May I invite Dr. Priyanut Damapiya, Senior Advisor of the Sustainable Development and Sufficiency Economy Studies Center of NIDA, Thailand, and also Senior SEP Governing Board Chairperson. So, Dr. Priyanut, are you ready to give the knowledge about the sufficiency economy philosophy to our participants?
Yes, thank you. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, the center, for having me today to share my experiences and some of the knowledge regarding how to apply sufficiency economy philosophy into the school lunch program. Um, I, I've heard from Kun Piyapa that you have had the SEP introduction session before, so I won't spend too much time on that. But today, maybe we will share more on the principles of SEP in depth especially how can it be applied into school well-being or school health, especially through the lunch program or school meals program. And I will share some of the practices, and also we will have Kun Angkan to share of the practices later on. So learning through the practices, and the ideas is more, I think, easy to understand. But first of all, I would like to make it sure first that we are talking about school lunch, school meals. So usually we were thinking about how to provide nutritious meal to students. That's traditional. But when we talk about sustainability, you have mentioned, or sustainable school meals program, there are something adding on the traditional school meals program. And we move further to sufficiency-based school meals program, then we have a little bit innovative perspective on that. But first of all, when we talk about sustainable school meals program, people would think about ways to reduce cost, how to manage waste, food waste, or how to reduce or eliminate chemical exposures for kids. So those about the sustainable development framework. We can do it by reduce the non-recyclable plastic packaging. We will have the food waste, management. We will try to reduce the chemical use in food production. Those are sustainable ways of managing school meals program. But when we have the sufficiency-based school meals program, it is beyond those practices. It's more incorporate in our thinking. I'm so glad that one participant mentioned that sufficiency economy is about a way of thinking. It's the mindset, it's the way we think and the way we act, interact with others and the environment. So it's more about being responsible in production and consumption. Be responsible in producing the school meals and in consumption as well. We can do it by cultivating the mindset because we are talking about education. Education is about skills, knowledge, attribute, mindset. It's about integrating into students' lifestyle. It's about circular economy, not just recycle, but make the school meals program in the whole school environment be circular economy. And we have so many best practices that the program will share with you. Also have to make the best use of local wisdom. Sufficiency economy philosophy really emphasizes on the cultural dimension, as you may have heard before, as a traditional and precious assets that humanity have in our generation. So the local wisdom, the local knowledge, the local resources are really important in applying sufficiency economy philosophy in managing the school meals program. And also because it's about virtues, about improvement, about endeavor. So continuous improvement based on feedback and outcome. This is the core of virtues in sufficiency-based school meals program. So I give you this picture. The differences, of course, the similarities are a lot, right? Of the traditional school meals program that you have in your mind before, expanded to sustainability, and how to manage the school meals program by applying sufficiency economy philosophy. Okay. Next, I know that you have heard about this sufficiency economy philosophy, a lot, but just to remind you, we call this the 2, 3, 4 programs. is a conceptual framework. The two input is knowledge and virtues. Whatever we do, we use knowledge and virtues. The process is that whatever we do, the way of thinking, the way we manage things, we use the principles of moderation, reasonableness, and prudent. I'll go to the practice example later, but I just would like to state the framework first. And the outcome, the ultimate outcome, we hope that we can balance. I'm so glad that someone mentioning about balance. Balancing among what? Among the results, among the output, among the outcomes in economy, in society, in environment, and cultural dimensions. So this is sufficiency for sustainability. I hope that we all know about this concept. So how we can apply this? Okay. Well, first of all, I would like to put another perspective. You may have heard a lot about SEP. When we are going to apply SEP into practices, not only the school meals program, but in your daily life, in your thinking about to buy a new phone, mobile phone, or to go out and put up the gas. We have this oil crisis right now. We have to think first. Okay, maybe instead of starting with input, we think about the output and outcome first. What are we expecting to happen? Thinking about the school meals program. If it is to be based on sufficiency economy philosophy, then the output and outcome of the program should be balancing between the economy, the budget that we have granted, the funding that we have, the local utilization, the local resources utilization to make it, more cheaper or more frugal. That's the economy. Society, should we involve, students, parents, community to deal with the program, or just leave, the in charge teacher to do all by herself? So this is society dimensions. We manage a program. Why try to get society involved and create harmony, loving kindness, sharing and caring within society through our program? That's the output that we expect to happen. The environment, we can do the school gardening, we can, purchase food, but we can think about how we can preserve and reserve our environment. How can we deal with food waste management, not to, create harm to our environment, both the local and the global, and the culture. I mentioned about the local wisdom. I mentioned about local food. Isn't it good that through the school meals program, students learn and appreciate local food or traditional food? That's the cultural dimensions. So we have this output and outcome in our mindset first. Okay, this is what we aim to balance, make it happen, balancing within these 4 dimensions. And how we do it? We do it with reasons why we do this. We do it with prudence. We prevent risk or damage to happen. We have, scenario 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, for example, the gas is expensive. How now we cannot, get food from too far away. It will be too expensive to get more from the local shops, surrounding or the local farms surrounding schools, something like that. So we think ahead to prevent the risk, the issues, the damage. And moderation is about enough. Too much food creating for each day, that will be waste. Too less, we cannot feed all students. That's not moderation. Moderation is not too much, but not too less. So those three principles we can apply by thinking ahead and try to balance between these four dimensions. But to do that, we need knowledge. We know how and where and what price to procure food or to do our school gardening. We need virtues. We need endeavor. We need honesty. We need punctuality. We need responsibility. So those are the input that we need to make all of these things happen. So I'm just giving just a rough, framework of how we can apply SEP into our school's program. So I just would like to briefly conclude first how to apply SEP into school meals program before I get into a concrete example. So SEP, again, comprised of moderation, is to maintain between balance between what we have and what we would like to make it happen. Too less, we cannot feed every student. That's not good. Too much, we create waste. That's not good either. Reasonableness, whatever we do, we have thoughtful decision making for today and for tomorrow and for next week and for the future, the long future. Prudence, we need to do effective risk management in our program. Think ahead, think about what kind of risk that may happen, and we try to prevent it. Okay. The knowledge and the virtues, we have to use it because it's about human development, right? Human development is just like education. We learn more, we learn from our practices. Thus, we create knowledge, we practice the skills, and we perform our mindset through the sustainability school meals program. And the goals, I mentioned that, try to balance between these four dimensions. I would like to mention again that what are the four dimensions it's all about? It's about the assets, isn't it? The funds. Humans have four assets, four types of assets. The money, the economy part, our social circles, our social network, the families, the community, those are the society assets, the social assets. We have the green, we have the forest, we have the plants, we have the soil, water, clean air. Those are the environmental assets. We have the cultural heritage, local wisdom, local resources. Those are cultural assets. We are given with these assets, four dimensions, to our generation. So it's also our responsibility to leave the similar, not more or not less, both the quantity and the quality of these assets to the next generation. That's sustainable development. Okay. So those are the frameworks. And now we go to, again, this is also Chiang Rai. We will hear about Chiang Rai, another school later, but because I have this video clip from this school, the Ban Nong Mo Dang school, this is a sufficiency learning center in Thailand. It is a government small primary school. The class has from grade 1 to grade 6 and 9 teachers, about 100 students. The social setting is rural, agricultural, and middle income families. So maybe we can see the background, the context of the school first. Kun Tukka, please show the clip one, please.
If one asks what the hero or heroine of Ban Nong Bodang School, Chiang Rai Province looks like, it would be difficult to answer because many look like heroes and heroines. Ban Nong Bua Dang School is a sufficiency educational learning center and a Buddhist school. The school is managed under cooperation from all parties. Teachers, pupils, parents, school board and local organizations take part in the education management, focusing on sufficiency pupils, train pupils to live sufficiently, and applying the sufficient philosophy to benefit themselves, their families, and society.
Okay, that's the context of the Nong Bua Dang, Ban Nong Bua Dang schools. I would just would like to mention first that at Ban Nong Bua Dang, maybe I have summarized. Sorry. Yes, I have summarized. Maybe I'll let you know the programs that they do first. The school meals program at Ban Nong Bua Dang has integrated into various learning activities, including the school curriculums. They started from the school gardening because they have outdoor spaces, they manage the water sources, the soil development, they prepare the organic plants and seeds, what kinds Okay. And then the school meals, actually, I would like to mention a little bit that for sometimes the Ban Nong Bua Dang, they have prepared even for breakfast. We always talk about school lunch program, but many areas in Thailand, students did not have breakfast before they come to school because their parents are too busy or they have to, walk far away from school. So when we talk about school meals, at some areas, we include school breakfast or school milk in the morning programs too. Okay. At Ban Nong Bua Dang, I would like to specific that they always have students participate in all like school gardening programs, the self-helping buffet style and the lunch, table ethics, something like that. They have knowledge sharing with parents and food handlers about food processing, nutrition, hygiene, balanced diet, food safety, because knowledge is the way that we can create a nutritious and safety food continuously. They deal with the food management, food waste management. They turn it into biogas. They have the recycling program. They have the food preservation program. And to make this sustainable, they integrate into learning activities as a project-based learning activities and integrated into school curriculums. So that's a big picture of Ban Nong Bua Dang's school meals program. So now we go to the clip 2, once that you know the background. So see how they do it. Kun Tuk, please.
ในขณะที่เราทำไปด้วยเราก็วิเคราะห์ถึงว่าสิ่งที่มันจะเป็นไปได้ในการขับเคลื่อนบางครั้งในกิจกรรมที่เราทำอาจจะใช่ในที่อื่นแต่ไม่ใช่ในบริบทของเราเราก็มีการปรับเปลี่ยนให้กิจกรรมต่างๆนั้นให้เหมาะสมกับบริบทของโรงเรียนขึ้นก็มีการปรับแก้อยู่เรื่อยๆจนถึงปี 2554 เราทำงานกันเป็นคณะโดยมีองค์คาพยพของทั้งผู้ปกครองทั้งชุมชนทั้งคณะกรรมการฐานศึกษาและครูบาอาจารย์ได้มาช่วยกันในการขับเคลื่อนหลักปรัชญาตัวนี้ก็เกิดเป็นรูปแบบที่พอจะเป็นแบบอย่างเป็นตัวอย่างให้กับโรงเรียนในเครือข่ายได้
Ban Nong Bua Dang School organized sufficiency-based learning activities for people to practice until they are skilled in making decisions based on the sufficiency principles and can adapt the knowledge to their everyday lives and encourage people to progress in their learning age appropriately.
นี่ตัวเมียนะคะถ้าตัวเมียมันจะไม่มีจุดดำนะคะสองข้างนี้
The school integrated SEP into the 8 learning subjects of the curriculum and carried out the BioWay project to sustainably develop 4 aspects of economic sufficiency, namely husbandry, environment, fishery, and plants.
Okay. What I would like to mention is that because I have mentioned that the school meals program at Ban Nong Bua Dang, they have integrated into curriculums. So from grade 1 to grade 6, they have learned, we have called it the learning basis. The easiest one, producing like growing plants, vegetable, those are for grade 1, grade 2. But for, a little bit difficult, like, frogs, as you see, or chickens, be allocated to, grade 5 or grade 6. I mentioned earlier that students come from rural agricultural background. So they learn this and then they can bring it back home to share with their parents, and they learn the knowledge to live in their culture, the environmental setting of the rural agricultural setting of the school as well. And the school has integrated this into the school lunch program. Okay, look at the video first.
Moreover, Ban Nong Bua Dang School runs projects in accordance with and support of outstanding school projects such as Agriculture for Lunch, School Bank, Sufficiency Food, and activities to promote moral pupils.
ส่วนกิจกรรมที่มองเห็นชัดเจนของหลัก3ห่วงของเงื่อนไขนั่นก็คือโครงการอาหารกลางวันแบบพอเพียงนะครับนั่นคือเราฝึกให้เด็กรู้จักการรับประทานอาหารให้มีความพอเพียงนั่นก็คือคำว่าพอประมาณนะครับคือประมาณตนว่าจะรับประทานอาหารขนาดไหนที่ตัวเองจะอิ่มความมีเหตุผลก็คืออาหารที่เด็กนักเรียนจะทานนั้นนะครับต้องการทานอะไรแล้วทานอาหารประเภทนั้นแล้วมีคุณค่าอย่างไรภูมิคุ้มกันก็คือเด็กนักเรียนได้ทานอาหารที่มีคุณค่าพอเข้าโรงอาหารแล้วนะครับฝึกให้เด็กรุ่นพี่ให้โอกาสกับรุ่นน้องก่อนเพราะตัวเล็กตักอาหารก่อนอะไรประเภทนี้นะครับอันนี้คือเรื่องของฝึกวินัยเรื่องของคุณธรรมในปัจจุบันนี้การรับประทานอาหารซึ่งภาษาสากลเขาเรียกว่าบุฟเฟ่ตัวนี้นะครับชุมชนเริ่มมองเห็นความสำคัญของโรงเรียนว่าเป็นการลดต้นทุนหรือค่าใช้จ่ายอย่างเห็นได้ชัด
ผู้อำนวยการท่านประชุมท่านก็มาถามผู้ปกครองก่อนนะคะว่าถ้าโครงการนี้จะมีข้าว1 ถังพลัง1 ปีผู้ปกครองจะพร้อมด้วยไหมผู้ปกครองก็ยกมือพร้อมกันผู้ปกครองทุกคนเห็นชอบด้วยโครงการนี้ค่ะก็มีแต่ที่นี่นะคะที่โรงเรียนที่นี่นะทำค่ะ
At the same time, there is continual promotion and training for school personnel in order to develop the teachers' skills and knowledge and to become role model for sufficiency by applying SEP to their everyday lives and being a real-life examples for pupils.
Okay. What's intriguing about this Ban Nong Bua Dang? I know that many schools, you have maybe some students who are in charge or teachers who are in charge, providing, taking meals, for students. But this Ban Nong Bua Dang, the directors of the school think that, they would like students to learn about sufficiency economy mindset. They have to think about how much they can consume, and they have to think about the others who are coming later. If they take too much, students, some class that come after, they may get fewer, less, food or something like that. So they learn by their living to be living together based on sufficiency economy mindset. So this is how they integrate the options, into their school lunch program. And they learn about the etiquette, we don't see in what we see a little bit in this video is that, like in Thai, before we have food, we do this, we do this bow, we thanks, to wow, the Deva, we thanks, people who make this food happen. So make students learn about appreciation and humility that many people have prepared food for them, although all students have participated in, creating food and, those vegetable, growing vegetable or chickens or frogs. But also, there are so many people who are there that's supporting them to have this meal. So this is the cultural dimension that we can integrate it into the school meals program to make it, fulfill these 4 dimensions, as I have mentioned earlier. So at the end, I think the school meals is not only about, providing nutrition and health, by we do this, by applying this moderation, reasonableness, and prudence into the program. It can be academic engagement. Students learn about, biology, about science, mathematics through their, growing vegetables. You can measure, the length. They can measure the area plot, something like that. Teachers can design, learning plans, lesson plan by integrating these activities, the lesson, the learning basis into the activities. They can draw pictures in art, class. So this is can be hands-on learning, and we can foster the curiosity and critical thinking through the program. We can improve the quality of meals because, students can take part, and parents, communities take part in this, school meals program. Students can learn, cultivate the life skills through school gardening. They learn about to be responsible, to be patient, teamwork. They know how to plant, to weed, to harvest. And these all, creating life skill, which is very important for students in this, present world. So we can see the response of students. But this is the last clip. Yes, please.
ก็เรียนรู้จากคุณครูไพลินเนี่ยครับให้สอนการใช้การปลูกผักแล้วก็นำเมล็ดมันมาใช้ยังไงเนี่ยครับแล้วผมก็จำเอาแล้วก็เอาไปปฏิบัติที่บ้านจนได้พืชมากเพียบเลยเพราะว่าผมก็จะเดินไปขายถามเขาว่าเขาจะซื้อผักไหมก็รู้สึกดีใจครับรู้สึกดีใจที่ได้นำเงินเข้าบ้านช่วยลดภาระของปู่ที่ทำงานอยู่คนเดียว
Okay. So this is the reflections of our student at Ban Nong Bua Dang. You see, we can think about the government provide a budget, per head, right, for school lunch, for each school. But it is the directors and school teachers who can have innovative ideas, integrate, the many things together and develop, a school meals program that can provide both nutritious, safety food with hygiene, balanced diet. And there are so many schools can do this. And you will hear more from another school at the end of this session. So I would just like to conclude that how Ban Nong Bua Dang do this. They do it step by step. Step-by-step development is very crucial for sufficiency economy philosophy. Moderation is about, what you can do today, but of course, it can be better or much better tomorrow, but step by step. Do what you can do today the best and make it better tomorrow or next week. We can apply SEP in all school activities and, of course, in the students' daily life. I have to mention that collaborating with all stakeholders, which next session you will talk about, parents, communities, members, to be collaborated in providing the school lunch program. What will make it sustainable is the monitoring and evaluation. We have to assess the effectiveness of SEP in school activities, and we have to think about continuous improvement based on feedback and outcomes from all stakeholders, from teachers, from students. of course, from parents and community as well. That is about how to integrate SEP into a school lunch program. Okay. I'll give you this. This is a technique, a gimmick. Okay. I have a sheet that I will give it to you later. I will show you, but okay, this is the sheet that I will give you later, and Kuntu can put it in the message box. What you can do with that is a checkbox. Okay, when we are going to integrate SEP into any of your school activities, not only school lunch program. Remember, I mentioned 2, 3, 4, but when we apply it, we start from output, 4 dimensions: economic, environment, social, and culture. Then how we do it? Decisions has to be based on moderation, reasonableness, and prudence. When moderation, we think about within our capacities, just enough. We avoid the extremes. We try to use local resources. Reasonableness, we assess the cause and effect. Prudent, risk management, preparing for future changes. And to make those happen, we need virtues: perseverance, mindfulness. We need knowledge, right understanding, and insight. Okay, put it in sample. When we talk about 4 dimensions, output outcome, what should we expect as an output outcome from the program? The material side, the nutrition, the health, hygiene, safe, put it down. The social, what do we expect from this school meals program? We expect the teamwork, caring, sharing. Environment, we would like to see the green garden, the organic food. The culture, we would like students to learn about local herbs, plants, and applying local wisdom, right? Then I put it into a concrete example. For economic, it can be safe and safe. For social, it can be caring and sharing. For environment, it can be clean and green. And for culture, it can be local and, well, royal knowledge. SEP is royal knowledge. To make it happen, we need these 3 principles. Moderations, you ask yourself, how many students I have to feed each day? That's quantity. For quality, how to choose menu? We think about nutrition, balance with age too, right? The price, the budget. What to plan, what to buy, what to get support. That's all about moderation, balancing what we have and what we expect to happen. How to plan, teamwork, collaborations. Each students have different skills. Each teachers have different, skills and knowledge. We get the right person to the right job. That's moderation in terms of having teamwork. How to serve, self-serving, or someone have to serve them. Reasonableness, whatever we answer for each question, how to choose menus, it has to be based on reasons, not just because the director told us to do so. That's not reasonableness. Okay, prudence, we think about the problems and the risks that may arise during our implementing the program and how to prevent them. We think about food safety. We think about nutritional quality, allergies, dietary restrictions. We think about waste and efficiency. We think about logistically how to bring food to school, something like that. Staffing issue, funding. We think ahead and we try to prevent the risk that may happen. That's prudence. At the end, what knowledge we should have about food, nutrition, planting, harvesting, soil, climate, whatever that we need to know. We search for knowledge and we applied it correctly, righteously. And what types of virtues that we should have? We would like to cultivate the teamwork, the discipline, the perseverance, caring, sharing. We create the environment to make it happen. So those knowledge and virtues. Okay, so this is the worksheet for SEP. And I put this into in terms of questions. And when you use this worksheet, you can just write down, this worksheet is so small, so that's why I put it up here. You can work with your team or work with yourself first, but better with your team to prepare the school lunch program based on SEP. This is how to use SEP into integrating into your program. Okay, the final thoughts from this is that once the program happened, how to sustain the program. The best way that, from our experiment, not the experiences in Thailand, the best way to make it sustain is to incorporate it, integrating into school curriculum. A lot of schools have done that. This Ban Nong Bodang has done that. The Ban Bang Pahan that you will listen later have done that too. We collaborate with stakeholders, and maybe we can start from the project-based approach. It can be a good start for school and sustain it by training the school personnel to be role models and having students leader to participate in this. The most important thing is that to cultivate the SEP mindset via school lunch program. How to cultivate that? We use this worksheet, doing it over and over again for many activities. And at the end, I have this kind of set of questions because SEP is about activities, it's about management, but the most important thing is the mindset. How to cultivate the mindset? It has to go through questionings. Questions yourself, questions students. What are we attempting to do? What? Then we think about moderation. Why are we doing this? Reasonableness. What will be the results if we do this? Then we can think about the 4 dimensions. Are we ready to do this? This is about moderation again, right? Or about prudence too. What are the fundamental ethics to succeed the work that we should be aware of? A lot of schools say that, okay, for each class, maybe we get 3 virtues or ethics that we would try to achieve through this program. It can be honesty, it can be punctuality, it can be responsibility. You can set it up. The fundamental ethics is from choice and is from participation. Do we have enough knowledge to do the work? If not, where can we acquire needed knowledge? And what are the consequences, the sequences to complete the work successfully? Moderation is about step by step. So we have to think about what to do step by step, the sequence of doing things. At the end, we should think about the risk. What are the risks involved in this project and how can we prevent them? So these are the simple questions that we can use to cultivate the SEP mindset when we are going to planning and implement the school meals program. Okay, so I think that's all from me. I've got a good time. Kun Tuk, I get
Thank you very
go
much,
back to
Ajahn.
you.
Back to me. Okay. Thank you very much for the very comprehensive presentation. You make something that very complex and difficult to understand, conceptualize, to be something that very easy to follow for the practices, especially for the school that, especially school not in Thailand, that they have limited knowledge on sufficiency economy philosophy. And thank you so much. Ka. So I would like to open the floor to our participant. If you have observation, something that you want to share to the speaker, please unmute yourself or even you can type in the chat box. All right, okay, still being quiet. Our participants, please, anyone want to share your thought or your reflection, please unmute yourself. Okay, so if there is no question, then I would like...
Kun Tuk,
yes.
I would like you to put that the QR code of the SEP worksheet, or maybe give
Yes.
it to everyone,
Yes.
and they can just try to fill the worksheet first. And
All
that's,
right.
I think, when they will understand more about how to apply SEP in the
Yes,
program.
that's great.
Yeah.
Ka. Okay,
You
Ka.
will understand
So,
by doing by yourself.
our team already submit the worksheet in the chat box so that school can
Okay.
download it. All right, okay. May I start another Mentimeter to check how much you understand from what Dr. Priyanut present. In your daily life, SEP concept can be applied in what activity? Please give us some example. In your daily life, how can you apply SEP concept in what activity? All right, scan the QR code, please, or maybe in the chat box. Click on the link. All right, think about it. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. It could be a little bit. I think that all of you already apply, but you don't know that is the sufficiency economy philosophy. Anyone answer?
Eating lunch properly.
Yeah, that's right. Or no food left in the plate.
Yes.
All right, one answer. Saving energy. อาจารย์ is that correct คะอาจารย์ปริยนุช
Yes, saving energy because it's very appropriate at this time, right?
That's right.
That's moderation, not use too much, not waste your energy. And it's prudence because we have to save it for the
future.
worst. I hope it won't come, but who knows?
Anything else? Someone else want to share your thought? Or someone can type in the chat box. Conservation. Cooking for meal.
Yes.
Anything else? Environmental awareness. Always management ใช่ไหมคะอาจารย์
Environmental awareness is broader. This is wonderful. Yes. We do lunch program, but it's also we can put the environmental awareness into our lunch program. What kind of food are we going to eat, right? Is it using chemical or hazardous, chemical things, in the food that destroy the environment? So we can be clean and clean. We can eat clean and clean food at the same time. This is wonderful environmental awareness, yes.
All right.
And conservation is similar.
That's right ค่ะ So any more answer from our audience? Or you can type in the chat box or even unmute yourself and share what do you thought about it. Okay, so I think that this is from our audience ค่ะอาจารย์ปริยนุช So I think that they may have like better understanding after the presentation of Mr. Angkhan from Ban Pang Mahan School. So how about we listen to the presentation from Ban Pang Mahan School. May I request for the next master slide? So for the next speaker, we would like to invite one of our model school, which is the Ban Pang Mahan School. The school is located in the middle of the mountains. You know that when you fly from Bangkok to Chiang Rai, you have to travel by car or truck for another 2 hours, heading to the border between Thailand and Myanmar. I have to go through many mountains until you reach the school. And I'm very pleased for today's presentation. Next slide. That I would like to thank Mr. Angkhan Yulu, the Education Supervisor of Chiang Rai Primary Education Service Area 3, and also Mr. Danayawat Mani, School Director of Ban Pang Han School. And again, Mr. Danayawat apologized for not being the presenter in today because of some technical problem at the school level. I think that they don't have like electricity today, so there is no Wi-Fi as well. So however, because of Ms. Angkhan Yulu is with us today, so we very pleased to welcome Ms. Angkhan Yulu to give us the information on the Ban Pang Mahan School practices. คุณอังคารคะ May you please on the virtual stage.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes very well ค่ะ
ครับสวัสดีครับ don't forget to show up my presentation slide. Okay.
yes thank you ค่ะ
ครับ Dr. Priyanut, Dr. Duriya, and all members participating today. Good afternoon. And before moving on, let me introduce myself again. My name is Angkan, and I am an educational supervisor who get involved in this project together with Ban Pang Mahan School, the school who is going to share you an experience today later. And so actually today I'm not here as a main person to give you the presentation. I'm just here for giving you an overview what the school has done. And all right, so it is my great honor to introduce Ban Pang Mahan School. And as Kun Piyapa mentioned, it is a small school located on the high mountain, and all of the students are hill tribes. Ban Pang Mahan School has turned a simple school lunch program into something meaningful. And this school is part of our effort to promote student well-being through the lens of the sufficiency economy philosophy, a way of thinking and making decisions that value responsibility to sustainability for four key dimensions that are economy, society, culture, and environment. So let's say from my perspective, everything this school does is grounded in the sufficiency economy philosophy, particularly in this project. And let me mention a little bit about what the school has implemented for a school lunch program. The students grow their own food using safe, eco-friendly farming practices, protecting soil, water, and all living things around them. And this reflects on caring of the environmental dimension. And the food they grow is shared with families and also sold to the school canteen for a school lunch program, which helps reduce costs and keeps the budget circulating within the school community. And this reflecting the economic dimension. And moreover, throughout the project, the school never works alone. Parents, community members, and local organizations walk this journey together with the school, building trust, connection, and share responsibility. That is the social dimension. And through farming, students also learn from local wisdom, preserve native plant species, and discover traditional cooking from their own ethnic culture. And this is the cultural dimension as well. And beyond the farm, the school also integrates nutrition knowledge into learning process. They run health camps and also improve the canteen to be cleaner and more hygienic. This is a school where every action, big or small, is guided by the sufficiency economy philosophy. And all of this happens through project-based learning and problem-based learning. So it means students do not just read about the concept or ideas of sufficiency economy philosophy, but they also learn through action. And by the action and practices, the sufficiency economy philosophy mindset is planted into students' mind. And hopefully, day by day, it's keep growing inside of the students to change the way of thinking, making choices, and transform the way of living their life finally. All right, so it's a time. Next, I would like to invite all of you to hear and see the presentation from Ban Pang Mahan School. And unfortunately, because of the electricity issue, the school could not join us today in person. They provide a video for us. So please welcome Kuntuk, can you help me to play the video?
Our team will play the video right now ค่ะ
Okay,
yes
thank you.
From our school beneath the sky, where health and wisdom unify, we live and learn, our hearts agree. One world, one health in harmony. In the heart of our small school ground, seeds of balance all around. We learn to care, to share, to stand, to grow with love upon this land. With reason clear and heart so kind, resilience blooms in every mind. Sufficiency lights the way, guiding us each brand new day.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests and fellow educators. Today, I am honored to take you to a small school nestled in the mountains of northern Thailand, Ban Phang Mahan School. Here, we don't just teach students how to farm, we teach them how to live. Our mission is to cultivate whole humans through our unique mindful agro-curation curriculum, rooted deeply in the wisdom of a nation. At the core of everything we do is the sufficiency economy philosophy, or SEP, granted by His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great. To make it simple for a global audience, SEP is a sustainability mindset. It consists of three pillars: moderation, optimizing resources without excess; reasonableness, making decisions based on logic and consequences; self-immunity, building resilience against global changes. All of these are grounded in two foundations: knowledge and virtue. We translate this philosophy into action through mindful agro-curation, mindfulness, contemplative education. We start the day by calming the mind to foster empathy and self-awareness. Agro-curation, sustainable agriculture. We use the school's land as a living laboratory. By integrating these, we create a learning environment where students connect their inner peace with the outer world sustainability. Our curriculum is interdisciplinary. In our agro-curation project, mathematics come alive when students calculate irrigation volume. Science is explored through soil microbiology and organic fermentation. Art and design are practiced through landscape planning. This is active learning at its best, where the local context of our highland community become the most valuable textbook. What are the results? First, our students develop 21st century competencies, critical thinking, collaboration, and a can-do attitude. Second, we've achieved food security for our community. But most importantly, this model aligns perfectly with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the BCG economy. We are proving that local wisdom can provide global solutions for a resilient future. In conclusion, the journey of Ban Phang Mahan School shows that sustainability is not a destination but a way of thinking. When we plant the seeds of mindfulness and nourish them with sufficiency, the harvest is a flourishing life for our children and our planet. At Ban Phang Mahan, SEP is not just a theory, it is our living curriculum. We use mindfulness, Jit Suksa, to cultivate the heart, and agroecology อะไรเกษตร to empower the hand. Together, they create a sufficiency mindset that enable our students to thrive in an unpredictable world. Thank you for your attention. I am now open to any question.
Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has given you a little bit more understanding how Ban Pang Mahan School brings the sufficiency economic philosophy into the school. And you will see that it's not just a concept, but as a real practice in everyday school life. And what makes this school remarkable is how they have embedded this philosophy into their curriculum and learning process. But I would like to highlight one important point. The sufficiency economy philosophy, it's not about farming. It is a way of thinking, a framework for making wise, balanced, and responsible decisions in everyday life. At Ban Pang Mahan School, farming is used as a tool to be the context which students practice this way of thinking, not only in the garden, but in their daily life. So what you have seen is not just a school lunch program or a farming activity. It is a school that is growing mindful, a thoughtful and well-balanced human being for sustainability. And I think that's all from me. Now I would like to return the floor back to Miss Piyapha ครับ
Okay, thank you very much ค่ะคุณอังคาร for the very fruitful presentation. So I hope that the school have like a better picture how to integrate sufficiency economy philosophy to the school practice, especially for improving school meal, student nutrition, and also learning and teaching practices of the teacher. So I would like to open the floor for the participant if you have any question. However, since Dr. Priyanut is here with us, I also would like to invite Dr. Priyanut to give the conclusion or observation for the participants.
Yes, just a brief thought on this, right? All of our presentation is more like, also we try to give a concrete examples, but I think participants, all of you will understand SEP more when you use it yourself. And the thing is that, for example, when you are going to think about, okay, how are we going to provide food to students? When you have a question like that, then you think about, and I would like to use sufficiency economy philosophy to set my idea. First, you think, okay, how many students I have to feed? Then how much meals I have to create, get into the schools every day, 5 days a week, perhaps, right? That's not it. The quality, the nutritious, that's moderation, right? Just enough, not too much, but not too less. Why? We need the well-being of students, yes. And then, this is summer in Thailand. It's going to be, is it going to be poison? Is it going to be safe, delivered to schools, all of these are things that can create problems, damage to the food. How can we prevent it? How can we preserve it, in the cool circumstances, for example? That's prudent, you see? sufficiency economy philosophy is all about. You think, you question yourself, and you try to answer. And the answer, we use this 2, 3, 4 as a framework to find the answers. Please start by yourself. Maybe it's easiest to get the worksheet, work by yourself. Then I hope that everyone will have this, this is sufficiency economy philosophy. I get it now. This is moderation. I get it now. This is prudence. I get it now. Then you will have sufficiency economy philosophy in your thinking, in your actions, and that will lead you sustainable development. Okay, I hope I put it in a brief, exercise, the brain exercise. That is where it should start of the SEP. As Kunang Khan mentioned, it's not about agriculture. It's about the thinking, the planning, the management. Back to you, Kuntuk.
Thank you very much, Dr. Priyanut and Kun Angkhan. May we give a big round of applause to our honorable speakers today. So thank you very much. And then I think that we are now reaching to the end of the session. And if you have any question, anything else you want to give to our speaker, the feedback form that I will present in the next part, you can drop the question to our speaker. So for the next session on Thursday, on this coming Thursday, will be on the parental and community engagement. It's gonna be very interesting session by Dr. Jesus C. Fernandez, our consultant, and he was the former Deputy Director for Program of the Similarec Fund in Indonesia. And we also invite two model schools to do the presentation and to show the school experiences and best practices, which are the Pase Elementary School from the Philippines and Arayama Border Patrol Police School from Thailand. All right, so for the next announcement, so we would like to announce the postponement of the session 7 on Friday, which is a title Recap School Action Plan Development and M&E, to be on from the 27th March to be on Tuesday, 7 April at the same time. Okay, that is one announcement. So the next announcement is that the submission of school action plan will be postponed as well from 20 April to be at the end of April. And school action plan presentation will be postponed from 24 April to be on 5 of May. All right, so I hope that this schedule could be fit you well. For Thai school, maybe you would have like a little bit problem because April is your holiday. It's the month of the holiday. So however, I would like to invite Thai school to send a representative to participate in this recap school action plan development and M&E. This session is very important because we will give you the brief idea how you're going to develop your work plan. Especially, we would like to invite the ministry coordinator and the representative of model school to join in this training session 7. That's why we need to postpone to make it fit to all the school who join us in this program. And so I hope that you can capture this photo so you can inform your school leaders or even your team that this session will be postponed. And for the next slide, please. All right, I think this is the one that everybody asked me how to get the certificate for this session. So you can scan the QR code and our team will drop the link in the chat box. Okay, so the deadline is on 25 March, midnight tomorrow. Please try to fill up the form by tomorrow midnight. Okay, so before I leave the session, thank you very much to everyone for the audience who keeping with us from the beginning, and Dr. Priyanut and also Kun Angkhan for the very comprehensive and fruitful presentation to our audience. So may I end the session today. Thank you very much everyone and see you again in the coming Thursday. Thank you. Bye-bye. บาย ขอบพระคุณค่ะอาจารย์ปิยานุชค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะคุณอังคารค่ะ Again, if you have any question regarding this session, you can drop the question in the post-training feedback form. Okay, everyone, and thank you very much. So, good evening. Have a good night. อย่าเพิ่งปิดห้องนะจ๊ะ ยังมีคนอยู่ไหม ข้างบนวันนี้เขาเท่าไหร่อ่ะคนนี้Hello everyone, so it's time for us to close the meeting room and thank you very much for your participation. So may I close the meeting